Hello everyone, I'm Audius Wolf and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. We are on the moon. There's Zodiac. Yesterday was a very, very long stream. I honestly didn't think it would be as long as it was. But, you know, here I am. I have learned not to try to do that many quests, but that was the well, I usually do the entirety of an area in one go because it's easier that way and I can just continue on with the story. But Garlemald took such a long time to do that, and I didn't realize it would take me as long as it did. But you know, here we are, we're on the moon, and we got a job to do. You must confront those lost souls, yes, but you need not expel them by might of arms. A feather touch, a firm word. Simple methods may send them away, faint echoes as they are. Wear the strength of sentiment that drives them, however, emotions that do not fade even with the passage of centuries. Okay, I got it. And make haste. Though yet distant, unwelcome guests draw closer. Come, tiny Ixion, we away! Okay, let's just let my health get back up. Alright. Come, tiny Ixion. When? Where? How long? Oh, goodbye, good sir. Next one is over here. This place is absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Was it truly so long ago? Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. It was. We were happy, at peace with the star. We nurtured it, helped it grow, with our will, our creations. I see you. The star soul. It's okay. I am supposed to be reading this apparently. Every soul, a drop of blood flowing through its veins. To live, to learn, to create, to make better. The star flourished, as did we. Do you remember? As the whispers die, the final spirit fades. No shadows of time, long lost, remain around the drowning brand. Oh, hello. The unusually lustrous dog is gazing at you with what seems to be fond anticipation. It appears to be waiting for you to follow it. Follow the lustrous dog and try on. Okay, let's go. Where are we going, dog? Back down here. Up here. Through the cave, don't mind the people fishing. Oh, I see, I see. The dog silently regards the spirit that lurks near the brand. We in the star were unfulfilled. We in the star were fulfilled. Wanted for naught, mourned for naught. So why? Why did it have to end? Oh. It's okay, Tiny Ixion, I got this. I got this. Don't you worry about me. Oopsie doops. Come on, there we go. Space indeed. The final days taught us to fear a death forced upon us. The injustice of duties and dreams left unfulfilled, the grief of unexpected partings. Swift as darkness, cold as ash. Such tragedy, yet no catharsis. Such truth, yet no consolation. As the whispers die, the spirit fades. All is silent and still around the numbing brand. Alright, lead me onward, please. The lustrous job is once again staring at you expectantly. And who are you to deny it? Follow it and try not to fall behind. Where am I going? I get to follow a dog. I'm not going to ask why there's praying mantises out on the moon. I'm not going to question that. Nope. Where are we going? Okay, across here. Okay, I think I see the next brand we're going to. Oh, somebody's fighting something over there. Yeah, there's the soul. That's... The dog silently regards the shadow that lurks near the brand. Our perfection came crumbling down. Such overwhelming despair. In that moment we knew the end was nigh. The faintest glimmer of hope remained. We gave our lives that others may live. We gave ourselves to Zodiac. Uh-oh. Zodiac, our Lord and Savior. To forge our world anew. To live and love again. Become one with the star. Fill earth and heaven with life. Birth paradise or fear is distant memory. Pardon me, but would you be so kind as to step aside? Ah, that unmistakable color, the soul of Azam. But not the friend I knew, I think. Nevertheless, you are you. So, Emmett Silk meant for you to have it. You seem surprised. Why might that be? We meet again, Hippodeus. Again, I do not believe I have yet had the pleasure. Yeah? Emmett Silk created a shade in my likeness, and not only me, but all of Amarat. Yeah, he did. How very like him. A slave to sentiment, even after an eternity. As you may have guessed, I am different from the shade you met before. No mere approximation, but the original. A soul sacrificed to Zodiac. remember in vivid detail the events leading to our purgatory. The plans and plots for our resurrection, Heidel's intervention, and Zodiac's and the stars' final fate. And then we drifted in a waking dream, our minds steeped in fog, until you came. I know not what you and your friends intend for Zodiac or the future of the star. Nevertheless, in you I place my trust and faith. In you I choose to believe, as Emek Selk did. Believe in yourself, and all will be well. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. More new arrivals. Though... Ah, friend Daniel. That color, no. And another I do not. An unfamiliar but fearsome being. I have kept you from your duty. By way of apology, I will ensure that the shades hinder you no more. Prada, protect the final brand. Fare you well, my new old friend. Ah, Hitlerdeus. Argos. I think that's the dog's name. I don't remember. Yeah. I need help. Dog growls, agitated. You must protect the brand. Come on, boy. Dog nudges you with its nose. You get the feeling it wants you to hop on. This isn't going to be good, is it? Yeah, this is not going to be good. Oh dear. Oh dear.
In the nick of time to savor the crowning triumph. Unbound and free at last. Arise, Zodiac!
Ooh.
Deprived of heart and will by the loss of dearest Elidibus. A creature of pure instinct, wanting for guidance. But powerful, oh so powerful. More so with every passing moment. Such potential, even in this incomplete state. Still the savior who delivered a world from certain doom.
So, here we stand.
Here we stand indeed.
You know my intent. Consume the god, then the world. Stoke your fury to a raging inferno, and dance among the ashes. Or perhaps you would face me here and now. A lesser but welcome amusement.
I don't have time for you, Xenos.
Yes. A taste to whet the appetite.
Sorry to spoil the moment, but might I ask that you postpone the slaughter until I've said my piece? I promise I will be brief.
No, you won't.
Do you remember when I told you that I wanted to die and take everyone with me? I meant it.
Oh, okay.
Such lofty aspirations! And what sweet irony that the world's saviors will become the agents of its destruction! Wrong, 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 wrong! Lies and delusion! The dead have no power over me. You will be silent. Silent as the grave!
Believe and walk in faith. Let the light of your soul shine for all to see. Not quite the outcome you'd imagined, but a fitting one nonetheless. Don't you think so, Hades?
All I craved and more. Boundless power. Mine to command. I had intended to pit my fractured divinity against Xenos. But a more tempting option presents itself.
Up against me, is that it?
The greatest obstacle to my ambition.
Yep.
You will trouble me no longer.
I beg to differ. I very much beg to differ. Dark inside. Okay, trials. Look at that thing. Look at him. He's big. I got there's just a border around this entire thing. That's great. That's great. Just the inside of the moon. Oh yeah, there's the field that we fell through to get down here. Either that or he dragged us down here. He most likely dragged us down. This is what the Incomplete Zodiac looks like. I wonder what he would have looked like actually complete. Now, he's missing 2 arms there. He's missing 1 arm over here. At least I'm going to assume that's an arm that he's missing. He's missing the center of his... He's missing the center of his body. I can't see what else he's missing from where I am. Is he? I don't think he's missing a wing. Look at him. Goodness, look at him. Can you imagine if we had to fight this guy, like, at full power? Good lord. It's a good thing he's still shattered. Oh, he's missing some things down there. Suppose it's a good thing we're fighting him while he's still sundered, isn't it? Hand is jet. Ooh. You can't see me anymore. just looked at him and tried to imagine, like, what he would look like at full power, and just imagine trying to fight him when he was, like, fully unsundered. Ooh, that would be terrible. That would be a terrible idea. The longest part of my streams are always waiting to get into these duties. At least we got 4 DPS are trying to get in, so there's that. Look at this guy, he's massive. Oh, where'd he go? There he is. So he, in total, would have had 6 arms. Oh, there we go. That didn't take as long as I thought it would. Eternal Darkness, Zodiac.
Establishing connection. All creation shall bend to my will.
Oh, someone's got the safety Dorito.
The end has come, and it will be beautiful.
Alright.
The marvels of circuits were but playthings.
Following the group.
Malice, become flesh!
Oh. Ah! Corners! Corners! Oh, I didn't even notice that. I'm standing in a beautiful spot. Whoops.
Will you live to see the end?
Oh, this person needs friends. Is this when he's going to start touring the arena? I forget. When does he start doing that? I don't remember.
Soon my hold over Zodiac shall be complete!
Yeah, yeah.
At last, I am become Zodiac.
You do like to talk, don't you? Okay, I think this is, yeah.
The natural order overturned.
Yeah.
All in existence, bent to my will.
Yeah.
My life's work, my masterpiece.
I can't see what's happening. Ah.
How I've waited for this day.
Falling through.
All in existence, bent to my will. The great cataclysm, faithfully recreated. From broken skies fall tears of flame.
Okay, front.
All shall burn. Will you live to see the end?
I mean, probably. I have the Warrior of Light. The Warrior of Light does not die so easy. Healers. Thank you.
All in existence, bent to my will. Will you live to see the end?
Almost got ya.
I have no need for restraint.
Of course you do. There you go. Following the Dorito.
All in existence, bent to my will. Will you live to see the end?
I can't see what's happening.
to see the end.
Free for LP3! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you for I did that. I was in an adoration lock.
Bent to my will!
Got him.
Is this the limit of your power? Is this how it ends?
I don't know which one of them rescued me, but thank you for that, because I would have gotten out the way in time. Good, good.
Incomplete and insufficient. Of course he was no match. Once again, you have left my best laid plans in ruins. And played your role to perfection. Thus, sealing my victory! From the first, all I wanted was for you to kill Zodiac. 'Twas but one of many methods to achieve the desired effect. It would have been the same had Xenos died in my place. But what better and more satisfying way to ensure success than to take control myself? My sole regret is that you live to tell the tale. Even so, I have fulfilled my heart's desire.
Oh.
Let your murder mark the beginning of the end. The coming of the final days!
Oh dear.
How quickly strength fades and blood cools. Old familiar sensations. So many lives, so many deaths. No different this. I close my eyes and slip
into the dreamless slumber. A tired song and dance. Routine. Always I wake. But not this time. Nothing left unsaid. Nothing left undone. Inherit my hell. I intone with glee. The man I was would weep for what I have become. The all-consuming contempt. But I've the wisdom of 10 millennia to justify my answer to the question. No value in their existence. Not a whit. For all that I looked. None that I did see. A final chance, then, for Heidelin and her faithful. In Cataclysm, prove me wrong. I sneer. All shall return to nothingness, as was your will, Emperor Sunday. I, the star, and every living being, consigned to your oblivion.
Nope.
At last.
Yeah, I saw it. Oh, that's not good. Of course it was.
No. I'll find no fulfillment in a contest with you this day. Slavering beasts gather at your gates, ravenous and eager. Already you turn to them and away from me. I must go forth once more in search of power far beyond the might of Shinryu. Power to make your heart run over with rage.
Just go away, Xenos. I don't have time for you.
For the eldest of primals was a betrayal of promise. A pathetic creature incapable of inspiring true despair. That's what I crave. Pure, unadulterated despair.
I will not fight for your amusement.
We shall see. I sense his presence on the moon no longer. If you need not follow, then I beg you stay and listen to what I have to tell you. Of Zodiac, and the end of all things. Before we speak at length, I believe a change of surroundings is in order. I have more than ill tidings to share, you see. I sensed others arriving not long ago. Though my communities with Heidelin have grown infrequent, I have learned enough from her to know these are your comrades. And as luck would have it, they have already reached my abode. Come, let us join them. I gotta find the front door. Yep. Got caught in the corner. Hey, everybody's here. Ooh, Mender. Thank you. Thank goodness you're unharmed. We did what we could to subdue the temper before making our way here. Not without casualties, unfortunately. Some few detonated explosives, killing themselves and others. The contingent's healers had their hands full tending to the injured and enthralled when we took our leave. Lest you wonder, Mistress Kryle hath also been delivered unto their care. Serving as a conduit for Heidelin's power hath taken its toll, but she will recover in due course. As for Alphino and Alize, they insisted on remaining in Garlemald while we three rushed to your aid. It appears, however, that matters here have already come to a conclusion. But what kind of conclusion, if I might ask?
And this is the ally of whom Hydaelyn bade seek you out? He is not unlike the shades of Amarat. Not unlike, perhaps, but not the same. I was created by Hydaelyn, together with this place. It has ever been my duty to keep vigil over Zodiac. Or rather, it was my duty. Then Zodiac is no more? And not without consequence, I am afraid, for now the delicate weave of the star, preserved by his presence, will begin to unravel. If you mean to avert the final days, you shall have need of... Oh! Are you alright? My attempts to forestall Zodiac's release have all but exhausted my strength. If you might allow me to rest a short while, I will share with you all I can. Please do. You need not exert yourself on our account. These crystals contain records of your time here, yes? May we peruse them while we wait? By all means. If you would review them chronologically, I suggest beginning with those on the upper floor. I shall leave that to you, Kaharu, while I see what can be gleaned from the crystals on these lower levels. Come, tiny Ixion, we must go study. Here we are. As you gaze into the crystal, ancient knowledge of Zodiac flows through your mind. Daily summary, no abnormalities detected. Daily summary, no abnormalities detected. Daily summary, no abnormalities detected. There appears to be records of a long, lonely vigil on the moon, dating back to the beginning of Zodiac's imprisonment. Oh, there's the next one. Hey, Ariange, how you doing? As you gaze into the crystal, knowledge of the past calamities flow through your mind. The records describe how, with each rejoining, Zodiac's thirst for freedom grew, as did the strain on the brands. Maintaining Zodiac's imprisonment appears to tax Hydaelyn greatly. As you gaze into the crystal, knowledge of past rejoinings flow through your mind. The records describe how the Watcher's efforts to prepare in the event Zodiac broke free from his prison. Stretch. The records go on to describe maintenance carried out regularly with the Loporrits, though it is not clear who or what they are. As you gaze into the crystal, a record of an unexpected visitor flows through your mind. The records note the Watcher's musings when Elidibus is spotted on the moon, though clearly not for the first time. It is clear that he and his brethren have a keen interest in freeing Zodiac from his prison, and yet they have made no attempt to destroy the brands. Perhaps they prefer he remain hidden from mortal eyes until the final rejoining. Perhaps they realize we would never dare bring harm to Zodiac, so long as he remains imprisoned. Curious, curious indeed. Did you learn anything of import? So, it is as we suspected. Maintaining the brands requires a great deal of her energy and focus, and this cost has grown higher with every rejoining. That would explain why contact with her has become rather infrequent since the 7th Umbral Calamity. I too made a rather startling discovery. This heavenly body we know as the moon. This heavenly body we know to be the moon was in fact created by Hydaelyn. When the Watcher said he was created together with this place, I thought he only meant this facility. Truly, Hydaelyn's powers are far beyond anything I could have imagined. You're welcome.
It is we who should thank you. The records stored here are nothing short of extraordinary. There is much we could learn of Zodiac and his imprisonment. But perhaps you could offer us more focused guidance.
Yes.
Pray, tell us of the calamity that came before and comes now again.
Yes, yes. The more information we have on this, the better. Ethereals. Yeah, okay. As we saw with Almarat. Yeah. This we know. This much we do know.
Were the ancients ever able to deduce its source?
Oh, did they now?
Celestial currents. I cannot say I am familiar with the concept.
So even back then, it was a fairly new concept. Okay. Very curious indeed.
And so they sought a means to harness the forces of darkness, of activity and growth. Thus was Zodiac conceived. No less a power than a god's could set right the laws of nature and quicken the flow of ether within the star.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Emmett Selk claimed that those who summoned Hydaelyn did so because they saw Zodiac's power as a threat. Is that true?
Yeah. Because Zodiac was the one who ended up actually stopping the final day, so it would make sense to keep him, to not kill him outright, but to keep him imprisoned until they could figure out what caused it and stop what is causing it. I could have sworn she beseeched me to banish the darkness. That's fair. Yeah, he was. Which is how we've been getting the Warriors of Light from the past and also on the other shards. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
The Ascians set in motion 7 rejoinings before we came to oppose them.
Yep.
How many more worlds would have been lost had we not placed our faith in her? How many more souls living in the present would have been snuffed out for the sake of those long dead?
Well, in light of recent events, I see no reason to doubt your words.
Yep.
And even if Hydaelyn is not a god in truth, if Minfilia believed that we should trust in her plans, then I choose to do just that. Which brings me to a rather important question.
What is this question, Thancred?
Let's suppose we try but fail to stop this second coming of the final days. Should the source fall, what will become of the other worlds?
That is indeed a very good question. That's not good. What is this? What's ready?
Yes, but what is it?
Yeah, she has. Okay, let's go meet the pilots, I guess. Beep. The time has come for you to be on your way. The crater at the heart of Mare Lamentorium, where Zodiac was imprisoned, is not so easily traversed, however. Let us call upon Argos, the familiar whom you met earlier. He should have no trouble bearing you across. As Hydaelyn created me as the jailer, so too did she create Argos as the guard. It is his nature to appear when needed, and yet he is nowhere to be found. Strange. Mayhap the imbalancing of ethers has affected him. Let us make for the crashing ground and attempt to call upon him there. You need but recall the path you walked with Argos before, and you will find your way. If he labors in service of Hydaelyn's plans, I see no reason not to do as he suggests. Shall we make for this crushing ground, then? Okay, let's see. The path is somewhere. Oh, but here it is. Go, bird, go! Through here, past the people fishing. Look at all the people fishing. Do piss off. I don't care. Go away. And then we go up here. Over here. Avoid the lunar sabotenders, because I don't want to get into a fight. I don't care. And here's the Watcher. The place we seek is just ahead at the Klossafosgrat. Good lord. You see, Argos cannot manifest without sufficient concentrations of ambient ether. You would be hard-pressed to find a greater confluence than inside this cavern. Follow me. Alright. In here! Ooh, this is pretty. Yes, here will do nicely. A lunar spongoids draw ether from the ground, which is then dispersed in the air. At present, however, the ambient energies are not quite sufficient for Argos to manifest. Might you be willing to spare some of your own to help the Spongi along? Have my ether. Ah, there he is. Hi. Argos manifests in a flash. He seems glad to see you again. A most fascinating creation of Heidelind's. Would you not agree? Should the need arise, he is even able to create reflections of himself on a whim. Though I assure you, it was no reflection which accompanied you earlier to the brand. No, Argos was quite eager to be at your side then, as he is now, it seems. I cannot recall when last he showed such an affinity for anyone. Indeed, I thought him more likely to shy away from you and your companions. Perhaps it was more than a sense of duty that compelled him to aid you before. As for your companions... Unexpected, but greatly appreciated. I believe we are all ready. Then let us return outside that you may cross the chasm. Alright, let's go. Oh, go away. I don't care. Go away. You make weird sounds when you run like that. Okay, where is everybody? Ah, there they are. No, despite what that means, it is oddly beautiful. Your destination is the structure there across the Cradle of Darkness. But climb onto Argos' back and he will take care of the rest. Once you arrive, it should not take long to find the ship's crew. The facility is designed to rouse them from their slumber in the event of Zodiac's destruction. Heed their counsel. Together you may guide the star and its people to a kinder fate. And this is where we part ways, but know that I shall ever be watching and praying for your success. Our allies' assurances notwithstanding, we cannot be certain what awaits us on the other side, so perhaps it would be best if we do not all go at once. I propose the two of us cross first while Thingy and Uriage wait here. Let's go. Whee! Onward! A malefic ether yet permeates the crater. Remnants of Zodiac most like. Yep. It is indeed Remnants of Zodiac. Just a little further. Here we are. The structure is enormous, though that is hardly surprising given the size of the average Amaranti. Apologies for the wait. Right then, let us head inside and... Oh? Most intriguing. A means by which he conserved energy, mayhap? Well, I certainly wouldn't want him to blink out of existence on our account, helpful as he's been. Thank you, Argos. We'll take things from here. If Argos is to remain without, let us not keep him waiting over long. Go inside. Look at this place.
Our moonship pilot should be around here somewhere. Is that right?
Yep. Look at them!
lively, everyone? I know. This 1,243rd inspection is a mite ahead of schedule, but it is of the utmost importance. For Zodiac, alas, is no more. As of now, our mighty moon has a new purpose: to bear the people of Etheirys to safety. Our time has come, my friends! We must be swifter than swift. There is much to do before our guests arrive. I expect your workstations to be immaculate, and don't forget to relay our signal to Etheirys. Questions? Yes? No? Maybe so? No? Then hop to it!
Tis a rather curious crew she hath chosen. Their endearing forms intended to ease the passengers' hearts, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Anchored, are you okay? They must be the Loprits mentioned in the Watcher's records. Not at all what I expected, but the Watcher did bid us to heed their counsel. I assume the one who gave the rousing speech was their leader, though we might have to ask about it in order to track them down. Come on then, let us be about it. Final Fantasy IV vibes, I love it! Woo! My legs. Hold on. Eat the current! I will speak with you in a moment, Chipper Loprit. I need to get the ether and talk to this person. Trading way. Cute. There we go. Okay, now I will speak with you. Yep. The leader of the crew? Not me, I'm afraid. Slingingway's the name. I'm in charge of the construction and maintenance of the atmospheric circulation system. Only the crispiest, cleanest air for the people of Etheirys, and that's a promise. Final Fantasy IV vibes, I love it! Leader? No. Sleeping Way. My job is... Perhaps I'd better ask. I think you need some coffee, bro. Oh, you. Ooh, what? How in the... When did you get here? Who let you in? Why wasn't I told? Were you the one giving orders earlier? Me? Ah, yes, of course. As the only one around here capable of doing anything properly, it falls to me to take charge of the others. Well, well, looks like you beat us here. Your friends, I take it? Is this all of them? A group comprised entirely of children? What must their parents be thinking? This isn't a nursery after all, though perhaps we should build one. Or did we build one already? No matter, you needn't worry your pretty little heads. All will be well, I promise. But goodness me, we shouldn't be standing about here gawping. I must take you to meet the others. If you could run along back towards the entrance, you'll find a path that leads to the central platform on the upper floor. There's no wrong way to reach it, but it's the large glowing ball at the center, if you should find yourselves lost. I shall gather the others and meet you there. Well then, back to the upper floor it is. Okay. Oh, I see. Is that the way back? How do I get back up? Oh, I see the way back up. Up here. And then over here. This place is gigantic. Well, it was made for the size of the Almarantine, so I can see why, but still. Look at this place, it's so big.
Right, of course. Introductions are in order. Ahem. My name is Livingway, and we are the Loporits, created for the express purpose of commanding this ship and bearing the people of Aetheris to a brave new world. More specifically, I am the one whom she charged with the execution of her most vital plans. You might say I'm her right paw. Livingway's the name. Map reader and navigator of the heavens.
Pleasure to meet you all, but I'm still trying to make sense of this.
Confusion and bewilderment are completely understandable. Fear not, I shall walk you through it. The people of Aetheris, through no fault of your own, I'm sure, set in motion a series of events that, unfortunately, culminated in Zodiac's obliteration.
Yeah.
Acutely aware of the imminent crisis, your parents sent you little ones on ahead while they began the necessary preparations.
We're not kids, dude.
Still not following? No? Very well, I shall elaborate further.
Ooh.
Here, we have Aetheris, your home, and the moon, where we are now. Without Zodiac around to keep things lively, so to speak, the celestial currents of the star have doubtless begun to degrade. A calamity of apocalyptic proportions will be visited upon Etheris, bringing an end to all life. Very sad, that.
So too hath the Watcher claimed. By thine unperturbed countenance, I gather this eventuality was anticipated.
The doom and gloom. Oh yes, quite expected. Imagine, if you will, that Etheris is a delicious carrot that I've forgotten to eat and left out in the midday sun. The most earnest wishes or prayers will not stop it from rotting to the core. So sadly, there's nothing to be done but to abandon said carrot, Etheris, in case the metaphor is lost on you, to its grisly fate.
And this moon will serve as the vessel to deliver us to a new home.
Just so! We will gather up as many people, supplies, and resources as our stores will hold. And then, once everyone is aboard, it's off to another star. Easier said than done, admittedly, for one does not simply hop from star to star on a whim. Which is precisely why we've spent countless years constructing the most propulsive of propulsion systems. We ought to make it to our destination in 2 shakes of a rabbit's tail.
Hey.
Impressive technology. I dare say it is beyond anything we have ever seen.
No need to shower us with praise. All we've done is faithfully carry out the instructions left to us by Hydaelyn. Back in the old days, when she was still just Venar, she was dedicated to the study of the world and its inner workings. And the Watcher, the real one, not the simulacrum you met, was one of her fellow researchers.
Really?
We and this wondrous vessel masquerading as a moon are products of their knowledge and know-how.
Ah, that is very interesting.
There's certainly more to you all than meets the eye. Might I ask where exactly you intend to take us?
We identified a few promising candidates for resettlement some time ago, but we cannot guarantee that they are fit for habitation. Moreover, the ship can only travel in short bursts. We intend to go down our list, hopping from star to star, until we find one suitable for resettlement. No need to worry, though. The vessel is being refurbished with accommodation for an extended stay as we speak. While we did have to rely upon outside help to determine what amenities were essential, I dare say we have risen to the challenge.
Help? From who?
Take a guess, Thancred.
From you and yours! Who else? Each time we woke to perform regularly scheduled maintenance, we were greeted by the resources you sent us. What better way to learn about preferences and proclivities of our present-day charges? Ah, but you're still adorable little children. Perhaps your elders were responsible for the deliveries.
I'm not sure what led you to conclude otherwise, but I can assure you that we are all grown men and women.
Yep.
And I very much doubt my elders know this place exists, much less how to send you so much as a starlight missive.
What? Then who in blazes let you on my moon? Hydaelyn herself led you here.
Yep.
You don't say! Well, that's really not children. Then why are you so small and stunted? Like little baby carrot people.
Oh.
Well, Amarotines were a great deal taller. In the present day, persons of such prodigious size are exceedingly rare.
So, you're saying everyone's not like the Watcher?
Correct.
Oh, confound it all! Someone could have at least scribbled a note about your profound miniaturization.
That tome in thy possession.
Oh, this? One of the first books sent to us. A compendium of the people of Aetheris, with a few blank pages at the back for minor corrections and updates as needed. The sum total of our knowledge of your kind is contained in these pages. I thought it was abridged and made small for our benefit, but this isn't a regular-sized book, is it?
It is. Oh!
Building way, can you hear me? Yes, we're all very busy. Change of plans. I need you to rebuild the domiciles at 1/3 the scale. All of them. Yes, all of them, and but me no buts. See to it with all speed.
Perhaps you could tell us a bit more about your terrestrial collaborators.
Yes, please. We'd love to know more.
Yes, in due time. But first, I'd like to hear more about you, if it's all the same. I'd rather not risk any other complications due to outdated knowledge of our passengers-to-be.
Right then, now that you're here, we need you to teach us all you can about your people, and quickly. It won't be long before the final days are upon us in all their terrible grandeur, so it is imperative that we be prepared to receive our passengers-to-be. If there is anything at all, that may displease them, it must be addressed post-haste. And address it we shall. Here at Bestways Borough, we have assembled everything required to offer our guests the best way forward. We have produced myriad amenities we understand to be essential for day-to-day living, and I wish to hear your opinions on them. I'm sure you've all worked up an appetite, so why don't we start with foodstuffs? Meet me at the Caratorium and we'll see about filling your bellies. She does not want for enthusiasm. The notion of Aetheris rotting to its core being a matter of course is rather concerning, though. Nevertheless, let us take this opportunity to learn more of the Lawbirds and this vessel. Ooh, I see an ether current! Nice. Yep, I am going the correct way. I believe I need, yeah. Hey, made it pass without them knowing. Beautiful. Welcome to the Caratorium. Here we create prototypes of the various sundries required by our soon-to-be passengers. Allow me to introduce the head of foodstuff production. Cooking Way, pleasure to meet you all. Our work has involved no small amount of trial and error, but after many cycles of painstaking labor, I dare say we have created the finest cuisine our guests could ask for. I've learned all about the essential nutrients for a healthy and balanced diet from the reference material we received. Why, I've practically worn the pages from those I've practically worn the words from those invaluable pages. Naturally, we've also considered ease of growth and production. We will not want for ingredients. I must insist you try some. We have fresh stock recently prepared on account of, well, because we just woke up, and we're all quite famished. Hop along the platforms here and you'll find a storage unit full to bursting with delectable delights. Help yourself to anything you like. Hop, hop. You open the storage unit and find a rainbow-colored assortment of carrots. I'm assuming orange, particularly looking blue, vibrant yellow. I'm going to take the ominous crimson! The soft texture and redolent aroma of this crimson creation belie its staggering weight. The excessive length and girth only compound the mystery, leaving you perplexed as to the nature of this carrot. Yes! I'm eating the ominous crimson carrot. On second thought, you elect to simply take an obscenely large carrot for now. Due to its bizarre qualities, it would be prudent to ask Cooking Way whether it is safe to eat first. So, did any of our selections set your mouth watering? Ah, yes, a fine choice. One of my personal favorites, actually. Please dig in. I'm eager to hear what you think. Okay, I will eat the obscenely large carrot. With great trepidation, you take a bite out of the carrot. The carrot is oddly tender, but as you begin to chew, a rich aroma fills your nostrils. A newfound vigor begins welling within you. The rumbling of your stomach, however, suggests it may simply be indigestion. What did you think? Unlike anything you've ever tasted, yes? The iron carrot can be a bit difficult to digest, but the boost to endurance it promises makes the perfect meal before a day of heavy lifting. We have plenty of other varieties too. Bleeding carrots to improve blood flow, dream carrots to help with sleep. So you see, we have a carrot for every occasion. I can certainly see a demand for this in Charlian. Charlian? What in blazes is that? I take it you two had a wide assortment of carrots to choose from and naught else? If I may ask, what exactly did these collaborators share with you about cuisine on Aetherius? Surely you are aware we have an abundance of dishes and foods you could emulate. Of course we are, but, well, it was only quite recently that we established contact. Even holding a conversation was a struggle at first, so imagine our surprise when they sent a mountain of books and documents with no clear instructions. The sheer amount of information was overwhelming. If it wasn't for that encyclopedia I found, we would have been at a loss where to begin. And so we decided, rather than divide our resources to prepare a variety of middling and potentially unsatisfying meals, it would be more efficient to devote our efforts to the production of a single perfect food. That's all well and good, but man cannot live on raw carrots alone. Have you considered cooking them? You mean steaming, boiling, roasting, and the like? I suppose we could prepare the carrots in other ways. But our primary concern was efficiency, and what's more efficient than sinking your teeth into a carrot fresh from production? A rather strange approach for one named Cooking Way, isn't it? Well, technically speaking, Cooking Way isn't my given name. Oh dear. When first created, we were all named in the old tongue. You know that otherwise impenetrable parlance the Watcher speaks. After we received a great tome of words, a dictionary that is, from our collaborators, we learned your language. Adverbs, gerunds, present continuation, continuous verb conjunctions, just the basics. Then we found the terms related to our given tasks and used them to form new names. Aren't they helpful? No, not really, but it does explain a great deal. Wherefore does thy kind deem such a change necessary? When the rest of your people arrive, we want to be certain they can understand immediately what each of us does. Well, I guess that's fair. You never be able to pronounce our original names anyway. I see. I hope our critiques, such as they are, were helpful to you. Though if you should decide to preserve flora and fauna from Aetherius as well, you would be able to offer the passengers a more balanced diet. Until such a day, one I pray comes sooner than later, it would appear there is naught but carrots on the menu. I think we've had our fill of carrots for now. Let's move on to other necessities, shall we? Our clothing projection is sure to impress. This way. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Where am I going? Why is this place so big? Okay. Here we are, the apparel production station. We've chosen to employ more traditional methods for this task, creation magics. Hydaelyn in her infinite wisdom blessed us with a self-same affinity for magic her people possessed. We have other amazing talents, of course, and I know you're dying to hear about them, but I will regale you with the details another time. That said, we did run into a spot of trouble at first. Our magic alone was not sufficient to see our work done. In the end, we discovered crystallized ether was a wonderful catalyst that could provide us with the extra viz we need. Well, how resourceful. Ah, the sweet sound of recognition. You will also be impressed to hear we've read all about your habits of changing attire to match your chosen profession. For the sake of efficiency, I presume. This has also been taken into account with our designs. But why take my word for it when you can simply try on our clothes? Make yourselves known to the workers, and they will see to the rest. Alright, large Ixion, we away! Oh, my cat smells because he's sitting on my lap. Aren't you, honey? We have a cat on my lap, he's comfy. My arm is his pillow. There we go. It's you, one of the visitors from Aetherius. Goodness me, Mapping Way wasn't kidding. You really are smaller than the Watcher. Oh, right, you're here to try on a set of clothes, yes? What would you have me fashion for you today? Something simple yet functional. Simple and functional. Right. This will only take a moment. What am I wearing? There we are, all finished. perfect fit if I do say so myself. Nothing too billowy or frilly, as you can see. Also light and durable. Sure to serve you well wherever your travels might take you. Would you look at that? Speechless. And here I thought you might not like it. If you have a mind to try something else, why not speak to my fellow artisans? I'm sure they'd be happy to oblige. You must continue wearing these garments in order to progress. Yay! Woo! Look at me go. Okay, let's try on another pair. Let's try on another pair. Yeah, go away. Go away. I will kick your ass. Well, I guess I'm kicking your ass. Since you weren't kind enough to leave me alone. That's what you get. Ah! No one said you'd be coming. How can I help you? You wish to try my clothes? Really? Of course. It would be my honor. Did you have anything in mind? Got anything with a little more flair? I think I can handle that. Let's see. This should do. What am I wearing? Some of my best work yet. Times and tastes truly have changed. It used to be so rare for anyone to request clothing with a focus on form over function. Thankfully, I had a spare concept for robes made using a different fabric. I think it looks rather fetching. I was worried about how the concept would turn out when put to the proof, but it looks stunning on you. Why don't you go and show Living Way? I'm sure she's eager to see what we've come up with. Oh my god, what am I wearing? What am I wearing? What am I wearing, Midnight? What is this? What is this? My, don't we look splendid? The result of much trial and error, but I know quality works when I see it. Shh, need speak. I can see your adoration for the moon as we lob parrots into your eyes. No doubt your friends will feel the same having sampled our creations. I don't think so, hun. Oh my god. What are you guys wearing? Sorry to have kept you waiting. They insisted we sample all of their concepts ere we returned. Verily, it is an ensemble most becoming. Rihanchi, what are you doing? I think it's past time we return these clothes. I was so confident our garments would meet with your approval. Whatever are we doing wrong? The Watcher taught us that, in his time, everyone wore the same robes. To do otherwise was against social etiquette. We thought we could appeal to modern taste by tailoring the robes to specific professions, but... Please, you mustn't be so hard on yourself. Should we resort to evacuating the people of Thuris, they will most certainly have need of your attire. It is clear you spared no effort in addressing our needs, but you must understand that we are not so homogeneous. Speaking for myself, what I wear now better suits my taste, even if it is of inferior make. But there are others whose choices may be influenced by traditions or personal experience. Rather than make assumptions for the whole, you must consider the individual and their potential preferences. I fear we've underestimated the complexity and diversity of your people. Even if we've memorized every tone we received, I doubt we'd have fared much better. Maybe we're doing you a disservice trying to shower you with our baubles and frippery, thinking it was for your benefit when you'd be better off on your own. There are some who might agree, people who prefer to keep others at arm's length, even when they know they shouldn't. As one such former fool, I'd like to ask you a question. This plan to evacuate and escape the final days, did it account for the reflections of the source as well? Not that I'm aware of. We were born of Hydaelyn's love for Aetherius and the salvation of the people on that star, and that star alone has ever been our aim. Surely it's better to devote ourselves to saving one world than to divide our efforts across 14 and risk failing them all. I suppose you're right. Living Way, might we have leave to explore the best way burrows unattended? You have given us much to think about. Why, certainly. Until later, then. If I may, I should like to accompany thee a while longer. Really? I mean, you're more than welcome to. There's actually something I wish to speak with you about. Let's be off then, shall we? Hello. My apologies. I wasn't trying to spy or anything. Everyone's been talking about the visitors from Aetherius, and I wanted to see what the fuss was about. I was excited at first, but now I'm worried. What if the people of Aetherius refuse to come? What if we can't save them? It's clear we've made a mess of things. Oh, but wait! You still haven't visited the domiciles. Once you see them, you'll understand how wonderful the moon truly is. I'm sure of it. I'll be waiting for you by the teleporter near the entrance. Oh, and the name's Growing Way, by the way. See you soon. Okay, I gotta travel back up. Okay. Oh, there are stairs on this side. Good, good. That'll make. That means I don't have to go around to get back up. Love crits! Where am I going? Over here. Whoop. You're here! You're really here! Thank you! Thank you so much! Sorry, what should I call you? Kahara Ora, eh? Crikey, even your names are amazing! Well, Kahara, we'll be using this teleporter to enter the residential area. Whenever you're ready.
Ready in the teleporter.
Let's go.
Access to living quarters restricted due to reconstruction. Then where is it? Oh no!
Well, that didn't take me very far, did it?
A private audience, as thou didst request, for reasons I know not.
Just a precaution. I'd rather I didn't have to ask the question at all, but I take my responsibilities very, very seriously. Do you and your friends, by any chance, find our accommodation wanting? Be honest, brutally even.
Yes, we do.
It would be ungracious of me to belittle the efforts of thee and thine.
But the reality is we kind of do.
Lovely sentiment, really. But the disappointment is writ plain on your comrades' faces. It's all the more frustrating since no one will come out and say what they find wanting. If there are faults in our work, we need to know. We can, we will do better. But time is not on our side. The final days will wait for no one. If your people are to be saved, we must take quick and decisive action. This vessel must serve as a home for as many passengers as possible, for far longer than we may like. Which brings me to my request. Our collaborators on Atheris are doing what they can to prepare for the voyage. Would you be willing to go and lend them a hand? Having seen the moon for yourself, you could speak to its many splendors, learn what else they might require, and assuage whatever concerns they have.
Wherefore wouldst thou entrust me with such a task?
How to put it? You're the only one who appears not to be wholly unsatisfied with our work. Oh, quite good at pretending that's the case, at least. Calm, collected, tactful to a fault. Very particular with your words, too.
Yeah, that's very Ajay for you.
You understand that, in the face of great danger, one cannot pursue perfection at the expense of practicality. The difficult choices must often be made for the greater good.
And so fate doth conspire to set my feet upon this path once more.
Come again?
Idle musings. 'Tis no trifle thou dost ask, yet full well do I understand the urgency and necessity.
Oh, dear me! Dear me! I was terribly sorry for the mix-up. It's a bit of a malfunction. I hadn't realized the residential quarters were inaccessible, you see. But you're still in one piece.
Yep.
So, all's well that ends well, yes? Won't happen again. I promise.
And off he goes with his army of loprits. Gosh, that was embarrassing. I promise to be more careful from now on. Since the residential quarters are closed for now, I've rerouted the teleporter to allow travel between floors instead. Hopefully it proves useful in the meantime. Shame you couldn't see it though. You really would have liked it. Yay! It may not seem like it, but we've been playing this for far longer than I care to admit. Each time we woke up, we'd have long discussions about how to save as many as we can. Felt like everyone had an opinion on this or that. But the one thing we all agreed upon was that the people of Aetheris wouldn't take action to save themselves until it was far too late. And that's why we're starting to make the moon a vibrant, magical place they'd hop at the chance to visit, rather than waiting for the flames of oblivion to get them off the tails and force them to accept our invitation. The residential quarters may not be up to the necessary standards just yet, but there are plenty of other places worth seeing. You've already had a look around the Curatorium, but wait until you see what's waiting for you at the east end of the borough. Follow me. Oh, okay. Whee! Lovely. Yeah, good. You're here. Through this door is the greatest Ends Veil. It is named as such because it's the veil that to end all veils, the most beautiful forest you'll ever see. We understand that people of Aetheris enjoy taking leisurely walks through natural spaces and the like, so I'm sure you'll enjoy it. How about we start with a nice stroll to the fountain? This way. This is a very weird, it's pretty, but it's a very weird forest. And I'm being texted. Again, I really need to learn to put my phone on silence when I start streaming. So, what do you think of the forest? Isn't it positively pleasant? Simply sublime? Strange that is burying your face in a chuckle's play, but you're taking a good long way. I don't see any... Wait. You don't mean those crystals out there are... Right, you are. Our forest is made of crystals and constructs, dotting the landscape as far as the eye can see. Building this place was a challenge, let me tell you. Since we were born here, we've never seen trees in person before, let alone a forest. The information sent by our collaborators is quite enlightening, but after much deliberation, we decided to use crystalline constructs in place of living trees. And thanks to our atmospheric circulation system, this place produces air as clean as that you'd find on a forest in Aetheris. The fountain here behind us, powered by the rather large crystal adorning its top, plays a vital role in supplying us with fresh water. Much time and effort was spent making the most spherical of spheres, and I dare say the unparalleled roundness speaks for itself. I enjoy nothing more than a nice long stretch and a spot of relaxation whenever I come up here. You look like you could do with a stretch yourself. Okay, let's stretch. That's the spirit. I feel more relaxed simply watching you. A sight worth the many years spent building this place. If it's not too much to ask, it's always been a dream of mine to take a walk through this forest with someone from Aetheris. Could we maybe... You will? Oh, be still, my quivering whiskers. Yay! Let's go for a walk. Hold on, hold on. There's a thought bubble. I see the thought bubble. I'm going for the thought bubble. Ask if I can taste the rainbow crystal. What? No. I'm not sure what it is you do with crystals in Theros, but we don't eat them. And certainly not this one. It's possessed with all 6 elements: wind, lightning, fire, earth, ice, and water. We use crystals like these to maintain the moon's elemental equilibrium. It's worth mentioning, though, that because Hydaelyn's influence, being the embodiment of tranquility and stasis and all, manipulating the elements here is different than they might be on Aetherius. A conjuring of fire would sooner dry your clothes than singe them, for example. Put simply, the etheric conditions are ill-suited for growth, which is why the surface is mostly barren. Of course, this was all necessary to keep the raging energies of Zodiac in check. Ask if I can eat the crystal. That is the best thing they could have put here. Oh, I approve. I very much approve of this. I was thinking, Kaharu, that it could be more helpful to you by teaching you a little about the moon and what it is we do. When we were first created, the moon's sole purpose was to hold Zodiac, and there's absolutely nothing to be found here. Eventually, Hydaelyn gave us our first task: furnish the moon with propulsion systems capable of facilitating travel to other stars. It sounds impressive, and I know in some respects it is, but it was only possible thanks to all the knowledge Hydaelyn shared with us. We also had a lot of time to get it done. 6,000 years, give or take. But anyway, let's keep going. This may come as a surprise, but we didn't begin building the habitable areas until after the propulsion systems were ready. Considering how long it took, I wish we'd started sooner. Who would have thought we needed 4,000 years to make all this? And it certainly wasn't work you dare rush either. We had to create infrastructure and countless supporting systems, some of which won't be operational until hundreds of years later. And then there was that brief period where productivity came to a screeching halt, when that bizarre satellite was sent up from Aetherius, the Elegant's mischief, I think. We thought that maybe some new nefarious actor was colluding with Zodiac. All we could do was stand by and brace ourselves for the worst. I can't tell you how relieved we were when Hydaelyn informed us of its destruction. Oh yes, there was much joyous humming that day. Say, do you notice anything particular about the treetops? I mean, apart from the fact that they're massive crystals and not trees. I'll give you a hint. It's the golden rings emanating from the glowing spheres. Oh, I see them. Along with the devices fixed near the ceiling, they fulfill a role similar to our sun, and do so better even. The sun and similar celestial objects in the great expanse radiate energy that was harmful to your bodies. These rings shield you from that energy while allowing you to bathe in the perfect amount of sunlight, or rather, a close approximation to it. Ooh, interesting. Pretty impressive, wouldn't you say? Oh, and if you look closely, you'll see different types of trees have ever so slightly different curvature. Yes, indeed, this forest truly is the greatest. There's something else I want to tell you about. Oh, right. The propulsion systems and habitat facilities were completed around 2,000 years ago. And with that, the most important features were fit for purpose. Oh, hey, come back! Stop falling off the computer! There you go. Which was all well and good, except we still knew absolutely nothing about the present-day people of Aetherius. Why not go and visit Aetherius yourself, you might ask? Strictly forbidden. Were technology or knowledge of the moon's true purpose exploited for evil ends, the results would be disastrous. Then there were a few more rejoinings, and it became increasingly difficult to converse with Heidelin. Fearful we might lose the ability to communicate with her altogether, we beseeched her to find people on Aetheris we could trust to help. We were quite fortunate that everything worked out as it did. This is quite lovely, though. Despite the weirdness of the forest, it is quite lovely. With the exception of routine inspections and maintenance, we remained asleep and waited, hopeful Heidelin would find someone who would help us. Eventually she did, and though her power was waning, we were able to speak to them directly for a short while. We shared with them everything we could, including our knowledge of the heavens and a means to travel here to the moon. They certainly didn't waste any time with what we taught them. No more than a few years after that, our collaborators found a means to convey messages and supplies to us from down below. With all the letters, books, and other resources they sent, we learned enough to start making more meaningful changes to the moon. And now you're here. Hopefully enjoying yourself as much as I am. I knew you would like the greatest ends, Vale. I knew it. Thank you again for coming here, by the way. I know that it was just a walk through the forest, but it meant a lot to me. There you are. I take it you've already received the grand tour? A shame we missed it. Growing Way, I've been looking all over for you. Oh, is this about the teleporter to the residential area? Never mind that. We have more pressing matters at hand. I will be calling an emergency meeting shortly, and your attendance is required. Really? I can't imagine why you need me there, but if you insist. We won't be away long, so you are all more than welcome to continue looking about the burrow. Now, come along, Growing Way. Before we arrived, you seemed to be in the midst of a rousing conversation with your guide. Did you learn anything of import? They spent 12,000 years preparing for this? With the appointed hour fast approaching, I can certainly understand their restlessness, but still. It remains to be seen if the people can be persuaded to evacuate when there are yet no signs of the final days. What's more, the technology of this place defies imagination. I doubt there are many who would readily come to terms with living in such surroundings. Whoever these collaborators are, unless they are possessed with the world's most charming personalities or a means to forcibly evacuate people, they will meet with a great deal of resistance. Indeed, even if faced with annihilation, the decision to forsake all one knows cannot be made lightly. Forgive me, friends, but I must beg your leave. There is another matter which yet begs for mine attention. Of course, we can accompany you if you like. Nay, that will not be necessary, if you'll excuse me. Ranger acting weird. It is clear now that difficult decisions lie ahead of us. Preparations for evacuation of Aetheris is indeed crucial, but I am not yet willing to forsake our world and its reflections, and I trust I am not alone in my reticence. Did Ranger seem strange to you? More so than usual, I mean. I know he has a penchant for keeping his own counsel, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried. Would you go and see if he's alright? Yashola and I will remain here and see what else we can learn about the final days. If you hurry, perhaps you can catch up to him. Alright. I'll just... At this point, it's the fastest way to get back. Here's the destination. Information? Oh, there he goes. Ariange appears to be heading toward the entrance to Best Way Barrels. To Best Way's Burrow. Come, Tiny Ixion. We have to go catch the Thancred. No, the Ariange, rather. We have to go catch the Ariange. Up here. There he goes. Ariange ventures off into Mare Lamentorium for reasons unknown. You must tread carefully, else he might sense your presence. Yay! Sneaky time! Yep. This is the one I usually have trouble with. You cannot see me. I am behind the rock. There is no one here. I am sneaky. I am the sneakiest. Nobody. I am the sneakiest. You cannot see me. Oh, he running. He running. You cannot see me. You can run. At least try to. I did it. First try, wow.
Thine arrival is timely as ever.
Hello.
Thou didst chance to overhear my conversation with Living Way, I presume?
Yep.
'Twas not mine intent to move in shadow. Nevertheless, I have been asked to do that and more yet again. Is it so plain that these strangers could intuit it at a glance? My capacity for silence and secrecy and duplicity. and Grahatir did contrive to deliver the first at the price of his own life. I was complicit in the scheme. A sacrifice averted for a mercy. Would that I could say the same for Menphilia. One life for one world. And by that bloody bargain brokered by my hand were the scions robbed of a dear comrade, and Flamine her beloved daughter. Two souls, whose selflessness was beyond measure, whose resolve was unshakable. They would not be moved even had I thought to protest. But protest I did not. Far from it. I pushed them forward. No effort did I make to seek out alternatives, ones that would not demand such terrible costs. That resignation weigheth heavy on my mind, as does the memory of another lost to mine inaction. Dearest Moonbringer, who did face death unflinching, that we might secure a means to bring low the Ascians. In her hour of need, I did naught. Dutiful disciple of Louisoix, ever looking to the greater good. Had I shut mine eyes and bid her live instead, mayhap she would be with us today.
Oh, Mariage.
Selfish wants, born of everlasting regrets. Most days I put them from my mind, but could think of naught else when asked to swallow the same bitter draught. Subterfuge and sacrifice. Mayhap the right moral choice, but one I regard with great trepidation. The calamity of Amarot was a tragedy beyond reckoning. One which must never again come to pass.
That we can agree on, yeah.
Thus must we struggle, haunted by ghosts of those we have lost, clinging to those we pray we can yet save. But what of those we cannot? How do we make peace with the dreadful algebra of necessity?
Have faith in yourself and your decisions. Take heart and protect well those you can.
Sage counsel indeed. I see. Wisdom as befits a great worm. Curious that he should think thee in need of such encouragement. Strange. Scarcely can I remember when last we spoke alone, and so candidly. I thank thee. For all my supposed skill with words, I find it difficult to express such private thoughts.
Yeah, you know, it's no problem, Mariage. It's what I'm here for.
As for the Loporrit's proposition, I will take time and consider how to respond. 'Twould be to our mutual benefit if we could converse more openly with our aspiring caretakers.
Yeah, I would.
A concern I should be glad to address on the Scion's behalf. To dispense with all pretense and bare one's heart to another is a frightening thing indeed. But we cannot move forward ere we take that bold first step. A lesson I have learned many times before. And today.
What are they saying? Curse these ears! I've heard bugger all! No matter. We've got our plans.
In truth, my reason for traveling hither was to effect a plan of mine own, a plan which may pave a way forward for us all. May, I say, for there is no guarantee of success. 'Tis the reason I set out alone, and that failure, should it come, would be mine to bear alone. Yet thou standest before me with proffered hand and open heart. 'Twould be remiss of me to refuse thine amities, and so I ask, wouldst thou join in mine endeavor? I thank thee for accompanying me. 'Tis a simple plan, in truth. We shall not be long away from the best ways borough. Difficult decisions must needs be made in the coming days, but I nevertheless believe we are all of one mind in our desire to save the people of Earthurus. To make clear our resolve to the Lawpirates, I would offer them a gift, but its making doth require a most singular ingredient. There you are. Loving ways, darlings? What? An abundance of spongoi. Excellent. I chanced to spy this aggregation while crossing Zodiac's erstwhile prison. Using a spell taught to me by the Nomo, I believe these shall suffice for the gift I would fashion. The magic requireth considerable concentration, however. Might I prevail upon thee to stand watch whilst I perform the incantation? Of course, of course. Where am I standing watch? I'm standing watch over here. Woo! Down. Just found this. Nice. Oh, there's one more. Down you go. Surveying the nearby area, you see no sign of potential threats. This would be a good opportunity to see how Ariaja is faring. Ariaja remains fixated on his work. There, 'tis done. A magic ink, every ounce as officious as that crafted by the Nomo. Rare is the occasion I would conjure mine own, but it is nevertheless a most useful skill. The resulting product is, admittedly, possessed of no preternatural properties, but its hue is one of mine own choosing, which I pray the Lawpirates will appreciate. Kaharu! Ariaja! Oh, thank goodness! I thought you had been eaten, or perhaps fallen into a crater. Yashila has been looking all over for you, Kaharu. She says she needs to speak with you about something most urgent. Dire, even. She was also quite clear that she wishes to speak with Kaharu alone, which means I'm afraid you must stay behind, Ariaja. But worry not. It just so happens we need your help with an errand, delivering a package from the Watcher's Palace to Bestways Borough. It's quite large and heavy, perhaps even too heavy for we poor Lawpirates, and we would be ever so grateful if you could lend us a hand. That's convenient. Suspiciously convenient. Are you insinuating I would betray your trust, the trust of Highland's Chosen? Or worse, do anything to risk getting on Yashilla's bad side? She's clearly not one to be crossed, nor made to wait. Now, off with you. Worry not, Kaharu. I shan't be long. Okay, let's just... This is the easiest way back. No, this feels too slow. This'll do. I'm on a horse. Oh, Kaharu, we thought you would be away for far longer. A dire emergency? I said no such thing. But as you are here, I could use your assistance with one small matter. Runnyway, a companion of Growing Ways, apparently has much to tell us of the final days. The problem is, however, that he is determined to live up to his name, refusing to stay still long enough for us to hold a conversation. Is there anywhere he's likely to stop and rest, or perhaps there's a way to slow him down? What's the rush? I was thinking we should wait here, maybe enjoy a cold mug of carrot juice and... No? Well, if it's really that important, you could try using these balls of moose flesh. Not to be confused with the other thing. Runningway's other notable feature is his incessant chatter, so you'll have no trouble finding him in a crowd. And when you do, try lobbing your balls at him. Crude, but if it proves effective. He was here in the Greatest Endsvale when I last saw him. Let's split up and find him. Okay, where is the destination? There it is. Whee! Yep, okay. Let's see if we can find him. He should be running around. None of you are chattering. I missed. How? That's smart. If this was meant to be a joke, it isn't funny. Hey, I got him. Yes, I'm running away. Do you mind explaining why you hit me in the face with your balls? Of moose flesh? I'm highly knowledgeable about the final days? That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard since I woke up. Who told you that joke? As if we've got time to look into the final days when there's so much to do before the great voyage. It's true that Heidlin did impart to us some knowledge of the event, but I know about as much as any other Lockford around here. Less, probably. I don't know why anyone would think it's funny to go around telling people I'm an expert, but they better hope I don't get my paws on them. Sorry I couldn't be of more help, but if there's nothing else, I've work to do. And I'm off! Very strange indeed. Very, very curious. I could find neither hide nor hair of him. How did you fare? So he knows no more than the others. Care to explain yourself, Growing Way? Well, you see, I misremembered. Yes, that's it. I misremembered. Terribly sorry about that. Afraid I'm drawing a blank, though. Try as I might, I can't remember who I was thinking of. On an unrelated note, what of Urianger? I assume you spoke with him earlier, but did he say when he'll be returning? On his way to the Watcher's Palace for the Living Way. Between Greenway's sudden lapse of memory and our lack of other leads, maybe our time would be better spent letting Urianger a hand. What? Now hold on a moment. It's all coming back to me. Yes, I remember. The information you're looking for is in the archives. Yes, that's where you'll find all sorts of useful knowledge, including that pertaining to the final days. Oh, what to do? I promised Living Way would help, but... No, I promised I'd help, so that's what I'll do. The archives are on the second floor of the main plaza, in the eastern wing. Follow me. I suspect the Lawpirates are up to something, but if there's aught to be learned in the final days, I think it's best we play along. For now, at least. Ether current! I see you. You cannot escape me. Hold on. I can't jump over the railing. I gotta do this. Whee! You are mine! Yes! I am that much closer to being able to fly! Okay. I should just be able to use the teleporter to get back up, shouldn't I? If I can't remember where the teleporter is at any rate. If the teleporter is close, I'll just use that. If not, then I'll just go the more convenient way around. Nope, that doesn't take me up. Okay, I guess I'm just going up this way. Go and around. Wait. This way! It's cool. I mean, I would have ended up there either direction, but this direction, but going this way would be quicker. At least I've almost discovered the entirety of the map now, so there's that. The archives are right through this door, but it seems to be locked. I guess I'll have to go and find whoever has the key. Growing Way, enough. If you have naught else to tell us of the final days, you need only say so. We can ill afford to be wasting time here, as you well know. Did you yourself not tell us we must act quickly? Yes, we did, but the moon was to be a perfect paradise for the people of Etheris, and we're running out of time to make everything ready for their arrival. We'd hoped to see the wonders we have to offer, but you found nothing but faults and flaws in our work. Only one of you saw our potential, so you others must be kept here. Ah, so that's the Living Ways game. Run us about in circles, and failing that, lock us away so we can't put the planet at risk. Everyone except Urianger. He understands what is at stake, what must be done. I fear you misjudged us, Growingway. Never have we decried the notion of using the moon as a means of escape. That said, my heart breaks at the thought of abandoning Etheris and her reflections to their doom. If there is a way to avert the final days, I wish to find it. We all do. We may fail, but our efforts would never be at the expense of your plans. But why would you take that risk? There's no room for ifs and maybes now. The people of Etheris will escape here to the moon. They'll be safe, and we'll finally get to see all their happy, smiling faces. I'm sorry, but we can't let you leave. We just can't. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Do what you must, but try not to hurt them. I'll be back in a moment. Don't do anything rash while I'm gone. If we dally, they'll overwhelm us with sheer numbers. I say we knock these ones out, split up, and make our way to the exit. Agreed. Let us reconvene where Argos awaits outside. Alright, come at me. Well, good try, but you're gonna have to work. You're gonna have to do better than this, I'm afraid. Sorry, hon, but you're gonna have to do better than this. Go! Run! This face is still very pretty, though. Okay, there's the door, I believe. Just keep running, just keep running, just keep running. Good, you're here. We must hurry to the Watcher's Palace and find Urianger.
And what, pray tell, do we seek at the Watcher's Palace?
Oh, come off it, friend. You know full well why we're here. The time has come for you to return to Etheris and help your brethren prepare for their journey here and beyond.
Forgive me, Living Way, but I cannot in good conscience proceed with this plan.
Huh? But what about the final days? The death and the doom? Oh, we have to hurry before it's too late!
Your unflagging commitment to your duty is endearing, to say the least.
Oh, bugger!
Be at ease. They bear you no grudge, nor do I. How could we, having come to understand your purpose? For millennia, you and yours worked tirelessly towards the singular purpose of this heavenly vessel's construction. An arduous feat by any measure.
Mm-hmm.
'Tis clear you have spared no effort. Why, your very names are a testament to your dedication.
Our names? I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at.
Names are an expression of the self, a declaration of one's hopes and aspirations. Your use of contemporary, uncomplicated nomenclature doth ensure clarity of purpose. There can be no doubt that your love for the people of Aetheris is boundless and pure.
Oh.
Yes! Yes! A most mellifluous phrasing! We Loporrits were born of Hydaelyn's love for Aetheris. That shining, shimmering blue jewel, brightest star in the sky, brimming with life and possibilities. For as long as I can remember, I've toiled in anticipation of the day when this vessel might be needed. All I've ever wanted was to meet those she cherished so dearly, to serve and serve well.
Oh.
That goes for all of us, don't you see? So help us help them. Lead them here where we can keep them safe. If there's anything wrong with what we've built, we'll fix it. We'll make it right.
Your works want not for repair. Yet there remaineth much for you to learn of men, and your own kin besides.
Mm-hmm.
Singing Way, thy name bespeaketh more than the simple marriage of rhythm and rhyme. The songs of Aetheris are beyond counting, and span the length and breadth of emotion. Maps are monuments to man's pioneering spirit and his devotion to charting the furthest reaches of our star. Many have devoted their lifetimes to exploratory pursuits, to venture unto the highest mountains and the deepest oceans in search of unknown frontiers.
Yeah, that's true.
And thou, my friend, I do not think we've met.
My name is Pudding Way.
Of course it is.
Pudding Way? Yes, indeed. A name of deep and abiding significance, I'm sure, but one perhaps better communicated through delicious deeds than tasteless words. A judicious application of fey magics at a later juncture may be appropriate. And Living Way. 'Tis no easy feat to convey the significance of thy moniker. When I was a bookish boy, a dear friend of mine was fond of peppering me with questions as I read, to my occasional annoyance. One day, I posed to her a question of mine own. What does it mean to live? After much contemplation, she proffered this answer. The anticipation of a half-read story's conclusion. The hope today's mistake may serve as tomorrow's lesson. The wish that a new acquaintance may one day call thee friend. She believed it to be all these moments and more.
I want to understand, but...
I, too, still labor to find mine own answer. 'Twould be my pleasure to assist you and yours in embarking on a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. For thee. Ink as blue as the waters of Aetheris. Made in haste, though I assure thee, the quality has not suffered for it. The people need not be persuaded by honeyed words. Nay, I have faith they shall do what is right in due course. Until they do, I beg your patience, friends. And with that ink, let us fill the empty pages of Living Way's compendium. An open exchange of ideas will surely afford you all a better understanding of modern man, and with it, ideas for improvements and renovations.
Yeah.
But more importantly, it shall empower us to together find a way forward.
I hope you're right. Thank you for this lovely gift.
There you have it. I shall remain with the Loporrits to ensure that all is in order. Though we must needs prepare for every eventuality, you would all agree that the evacuation of our star is a last resort.
Indeed.
To accept failure is to accept the demise not only of our star, but that of Reen's, of all reflections, and the souls that call them home. Which is why I have every faith that you shall fight to the last, that such drastic measures may prove unnecessary.
Should the worst come to the worst, and I pray deeply that it won't, I'll take comfort in knowing preparations were made under your watchful eye.
Aye, thou mayest be assured that if calamity cometh, not a soul will be left behind, if being the operative term.
Of course. Oh. Ooh. Oh, that's pretty. Elpis. The Elpis flower.
I hate to interrupt, but I feel like I need to make amends for all the secrecy.
Maybe a little bit.
Think nothing of it. We haven't been the most gracious of guests.
That's also
Do
true.
convey our apologies to Growing Way and the others.
Yeah, we did kind of beat them up so we could come out here.
But of course! And when next we welcome more guests from Aetheris, we'll have learned to be much more hospitable hosts. Oh, and circle back to the matter of inappropriate secrecy, we ought to discuss our benefactors.
That would be wise, yes.
Agreed. The Charlayan Forum, yes?
Yep.
What? How did you know?
The more I heard, the more obvious it became. The Forum's aims align closely with those of your anonymous patrons. A telling coincidence would be an understatement.
Indeed.
Though had we not taken it upon ourselves to peruse certain restricted tones in Labyrinthos, we might still be unaware of their plans. But let us continue this discussion upon our return. I dare say we have kept Alphino and the others waiting long enough.
We probably have, yeah. 'Twas a relief to see Living Way was pleased with my gift of ink. To serve and serve well, though their kindness may be lacking, their boundless love is a blessing without peer. It will be no easy task to prepare them for what needs to be done, but gladly do I embrace this duty, even if it does necessitate that we part ways for a time. Forgive me my absence, but I have the utmost faith in you, in all our fellow Scions. When next I return to Etheirys, I pray I find you all in good health and good spirits. Alright, let's head back. With the Lofreds in Ariange's capable hands, we needn't worry about affairs here in our absence. Knowing now the face of their earthly collaborators, there is much to discuss with Alphino and the others. Let us return to the Tower of Babil. Our battle for the star will soon begin in earnest, and we must be prepared. Oh! It's right over there. That is very convenient. Whoops. Let's not get caught by the enemies. Gods, I can scarcely believe we went to the moon and back. But we'll have time to reflect on that later. Right now we need to head back to Camp Broken Glass and deliver a thoroughly detailed report to Lucia. I'd like very much to know how everyone is getting on here as well. They'd only just begun to treat the tempered prisoners when we left. I share your curiosity, but warning our allies of the final days is of greater importance. I speak not only of the contingent, of course. The heads of state of every nation must know what we have learned. We know not when or where or in what manner the final days will begin to manifest, so we must see that everyone is prepared. Agreed, though we may wish to stress the importance of discretion, lest the public be sent into a panic. Not that anyone in a position of responsibility should be told as much, but it bears repeating. Anyway, first things first, to Camp Broken Glass. I can just... Easiest way to get there, after all. It's good to see you all again. No words for your lunar adventure, I hope. We've done what we can for now, and believe me, we intend to tell you all about it. But before we do, might you tell us what's become of Garlemald in our absence? We succeeded in subduing the Tempered inside the Tower of Babil. We took many alive, but combined with those who are already in our custody... the number requiring care has grown exponentially. The inclement conditions here have made it difficult, if not impossible, to treat them all here, so we have petitioned the aid of the allied nations. Oh, pardon me. Some are, understandably, hesitant to proffer assistance, particularly those that were but recently subject to imperial occupation. That said, several others have agreed to grant them refuge for treatment. Oh. With the assistance of your fellow scions, we endeavor to see them safely transported and subsequently cured of their tempering. Will the tempered be relocated? Not all, no. We have sufficient shelter to attend to those whose treatment has begun, but enough healers have volunteered to remain until their patients have recovered. Euless is one such patient, though he is not yet fit to receive visitors. Truth be told, it was a miracle he and those in his company were not harmed in the chaos. If not for Alphinaud and Alize's timely assistance, I dare say none of them would be with us today. In light of recent developments, have the Alliance leaders come to any decisions regarding Garlemald? Given the tremendous ramifications of what has happened here, it will take time to determine what must be done. In the meantime, they intend to work with the Eastern Alliance to keep a close watch over the provinces. We have other news to share. Shortly after Anima was defeated, we received reports that each and every tower has vanished. For a mercy, the process was apparently not quite as violent as that you experienced in Thavner. Those who are trapped within them have been rescued and are receiving treatment. To hasten this endeavor, the beast tribes have received instructions in the magics needed to cure tempering. Master Matoria is no doubt thrilled the Mother Porpsy affords her so many visitors. Yes, we are grateful for her ongoing efforts, as well as those of our comrades near and far. As for the contingent, several of our members have been granted leave to return to their homelands after the transfer of Tempered have been completed. Lucia and I will remain, along with a small force, to continue offering aid to those here in Garlemald. The Empire may be no more, but there are those yet who call these lands home. I believe that accounts for recent events here. So, what of the moon and the Telophoroi? It's a bit of a long story. The final days. Gods, I prayed your victory marked the end of our troubles. There's still much we do not know, but the Alliance leaders must be told. Would you be willing to contact them in our stead? Yes, of course. I will send word forthwith. We'll also release your fellow scions from their present duties that they may return to Charlian. Your energies are better spent finding a means to avert the coming apocalypse. Speaking of your fellow scions, you'll be happy to hear that Mistress Kryl, though still on the mend, has been moved to the Baldessian Annex and given into Tataru's care. Thank you. I look forward to seeing them both upon our return. Let us be on our way then. One last thing, if I may. After your confrontation with Zodiark, you said Xenos took his leave, and in all likelihood, he has returned here to Garlemald. I have a mind to dispatch scouts to try and ascertain his whereabouts, but first wish to ask if you believe there is merit in doing so. If they found him, they would not likely live to tell the tale. I suppose you're right. To dispatch good soldiers in pursuit of such a beast would send them to their deaths. Yeah, better not send them after Xenos. Pray forget I entertained the notion. While on the subject of Xenos, the 10th Legion has made an official proclamation. They denounce the Crown Prince and condemn his role in the Empire's downfall. His very title has become a source of shame among his former subjects, and its continued use serves only to hinder relations with foreign nations. For this reason, he has been declared as Xenos Vitar Galvis, outcast and enemy of Garlemald. Fandaniel is no more, and now his own people turn against him. It seems it's not but his bloodlust to keep him company. Better that than an army to see it sated. At any rate, I will not keep you longer. I pray you safe passage back to Charlian. Back to Charlian. Oh, hiccup. Here we are. Back on familiar grounds. Oh, there's new quests here to do. I'll have to do those later. Cleo! Welcome back, Kaharu. We were so terribly worried about you. Though it is plain I have caused my own fair share of worry, and for that I apologize. Heidelin called to me that day you entered the Tower of Babil. Her pleas were faint but desperate, and I knew at once she required a vessel to carry out her will. What comes after feels like a dream barely remembered, my body floating through the life stream towards Garlemald. When I regained consciousness, I was all aches and frostbite, exhausted of ether. So exhausted, in fact, I could only laugh, for it was in that moment I understood Raha's weariness from the Tower of Zot. Would that I could laugh at a time like this. Though we prevented Zodiac from being unleashed upon the world, I am curious to know what else took place there on the moon. Perhaps we should wait for the others to join us before you give your account. Let us reconvene in the main hall once they've arrived. Yep. Sorry to have kept you all waiting. Not at all. We understand you've been quite busy. Will Urianger be joining us? Duty keeps him away, I'm afraid, though Kaharu can explain why better than I. The final days, as befell Amarat. And we are to escape via the moon? One of the swords in its reflections. I have no intention of standing by while the world falls to ruin. So, how do we stop this? Unfortunately, we have no answers at present. If the celestial currents have grown stagnant, as was the case in the time of Amarat, the solution would be to alter the flow of ether throughout the entirety of the star. The Ages accomplished this by summoning Zodiac, sacrificing half the star's population in the doing, but it should go without saying that such a sacrifice must not, cannot, be repeated. Which leaves us with the daunting task of identifying the underlying catalyst for the final days, a feat which even the Amarantines could not accomplish. Unfortunately, we found no clues in Mare Lamentorium. There's still much we do not know about the catastrophe itself, let alone what may have caused it. The final days were marked by the corruption of the Amarantines' creation magics, but we command no such power, which invites the question, what havoc is in store for us? If we knew that much, perhaps we could draw some parallel with the events of the past, and thereby form some semblance of a plan. Perhaps we should start with the Forum then. Having worked with the Loprits in secret all this time, there is surely more they can tell us. Forgive the interruption, but I've urgent news. The Forum is holding a public assembly in the plaza outside. Some sort of announcement. What is Father up to now? There's only one way to find out.
Order! Order, I say! I thank you all for gathering here on such short notice. This day we must speak of grave affairs and their implications for the future of Sharlayan, nay, of this very star.
Okay.
Said affairs concern all citizens, and so we have called for a public assembly.
Of course you have.
You may have heard rumors of the Telophoroi and the havoc these madmen wreak abroad. Under normal circumstances, we would pay little heed to petty disturbances outside our borders. The final days, however, are another matter altogether. For we dare not ignore these prophetic words of Eld. The Endbearers will come, ushering chaos and calamity. The final days descend and devour the very star.
I've never heard this prophecy.
Nope.
Is it true? Will all that really happen?
Calm yourselves. The time has come to speak of the Forum's most sacred duties. But first...
Give voice to the voiceless. Let bindings be unbound. By unanimous decree, I declare the enchantment broken.
Master Leveilleur, if you would.
Very well. "270 years ago, our forebears began an expedition in the Dravanian hinterlands, in search of a route to access the ethereal sea.
Yes, which they then subsequently abandoned like 15 years ago. We know this already.
This much is public knowledge. Their findings, however, would become the Forum's most closely guarded secret. What those researchers discovered in the hinterlands was not a passage unto the ethereal sea, but the very heart of our star, and Hydaelyn herself.
The Anti-Tower.
She spoke to them of a calamity that would extinguish all life, and of a means by which we might be spared. The moon. 'Tis in truth a gargantuan vessel built to serve as sanctuary for her children and deliver them from this doom. Much like Nunkref's hope in ages past, it will bear the people of a world in the throes of death to a new home.
Needless to say, this will be no small undertaking. To facilitate the great work, the Forum has maintained close contact with the servants of Hydaelyn, who presently reside on the moon. Convinced that the foretold end was all but inevitable, we began amassing a wealth of knowledge, not merely for the betterment of our nation, but in preparation for the journey to come.
Yep.
You reveal this to us now? By the gods, how long do we have?
While we cannot say with certainty, we believe the hour to be nigh. We received a transmission from the moon suggesting as much not long ago. Which is why we must in earnest begin preparations for the great exodus. For his impressive contributions, and the leadership he demonstrated during our withdrawal from Dravania, we have elected Master Leveilleur to oversee this initiative.
Fellow scribes and scholars, my countrymen, we face a threat of unprecedented scale. We must challenge the trials before us with composure and conviction if we are to find salvation. The wisdom of Sharlayan has ever been a shining beacon in the darkness, and so it shall continue to be. It is our solemn charge to see our heritage preserved for future generations. For those who will come after, we will brave a new frontier.
Administrative edicts will be relayed to all major institutions ere long. In the meantime, carry on with your duties. With that, I hereby call this assembly to a close.
Do you remember what Mother told us when we visited home? That it wasn't until after we were born that Father seemed to lose himself in his work. If that great work of his was the evacuation of this star, then...
Yes. It wasn't for his benefit. Would you mind waiting here a moment? I wish to speak with Father before we leave.
Take your time.
Thank you. I shan't be long.
If it's all the same to you, I have a few choice words to share with Father as well.
Ellie, say no.
So, come to call us cowards and bid us join your fruitless battle against the inevitable.
Nay, we do not object to the Forum's proposal. On the contrary, those who wish to flee have every right to do so. Urianger is cooperating with your associates on the moon to ensure that all is ready should evacuation be our only recourse.
That he is.
Then whatever your business, I suggest you be brief.
Though we cannot boast the boundless wisdom of Sharlayan, we have first-hand knowledge of foreign cultures, and have conversed with no small number of peoples. These experiences have taught us fundamental truths that cannot be recorded in any tome, nor charted on any map. The beating heart of this planet is its people, many of whom would give anything, even their lives, to protect the lands they love.
That they would.
Many may choose to join you in the end. But what of those unwilling or unable, for whom escape will never be an option? What would you have them do? To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, Father. It is indolence. This is why we choose to fight.
We'll not ask for your understanding, Father. Only that you don't turn a blind eye to the good we have done. That we can still do. We're not children in need of protection. Hold fast to your principles and let the world burn if it please. But we believe there is still another way.
There's always another way.
And if there is, we will find it. You see if we don't.
Do as you will. Just stay out of our way.
Were he not so consumed with self-righteousness, he might tell you how proud he is of you both.
Bold words call for bold action. And there'll be no turning to your father should plans go awry.
Nope.
As if I ever would. So long as there are those who wish to stay and fight for this star, we have to do what we can to help them.
That we do.
And if we're to do that, we'll need to be well rested. Wouldn't you agree? And having triumphed over what we once thought to be the source of all evil, I can think of no one in greater need of at least a dozen winks.
Shall we then? To the Annex. To prepare for tomorrow.
Alright, back to the Annex again. For the second time today. Kyle tells me the Forum made a rather momentous announcement. So there's to be a great exodus, is there? I'm reminded of my narrow escape from the Isle of Val. The realization, the running, the mixture of relief and regret after. Why me, I asked myself. Why me? Why us? Why now? Why wonder? There's no use fretting over the cosmic morality or lack thereof. We're here, and we'll get through this together. And who knows? Maybe my luck will rub off and grant everyone a narrow escape. There's no harm in praying for as much. Oh, but enough about my rambling. I'm sure you're exhausted. Your chamber awaits. Yes, please.
Ooh.
A visitor has come knocking at your door. Whoever could it be? I'm gonna go with my boy. Gonna go with my boy. Why are you so cute?
Oh, apologies. I didn't mean to. If you could spare a moment before bed. Thank you. I fear this may be the last quiet night we have to talk for quite some time.
No.
I am troubled of late. Unwarranted concerns, perhaps. I hope. Nevertheless, I feel compelled to share them with you. Though you have bested your enemies thus far, Xenos and even Zodiac, your victories have come at a considerable cost to yourself. No one is without their limits, and you are no exception. I worry the added weight of the final days will prove more than you can bear.
Oh.
It is surely too much for any one woman. But you needn't bear it alone. Let me share your burden. My, carrying capacity pales in comparison to yours, but I could still help. Shoulder the occasional satchel from your ever-growing mountain of, baggage. You have already done so much to help relieve me of mine own encumbrances. 'Tis only fair that I repay you in kind.
Why are you so sweet?
Of course, it needn't be only troubles we share. Moments of joy may seem few and far between now, but there will come a time when we look back fondly on this journey. The inquiry at the Forum, our march through the snows of Garlemald, our impromptu dinner in this very room. All of it. And that is to say nothing of the journeys yet to come. To the ends of the world and beyond. But tomorrow will be no less busy than today, and I've kept you from your rest long enough. Sleep well, my friend.
Why are you so cute, Graha? A short while earlier in the Alamegan Quarter.
Thank the gods that tower is gone. The sight of it was enough to make me sick.
Thank the Ilsebar contingent, more like. Word is, they fought their way into Garlemald and toppled the bloody thing themselves.
That we did.
Not just the one, neither. All the towers have up and vanished.
Yep.
Aye, I heard the same. Commander Aldin and his troops helped keep casualties to a minimum, too. But is it true they brought back tempered Garlean soldiers?
As Commander Aldin tells it, they've a treatment for that now. But don't you worry. Cured or not, they've no plans to bring them into the city proper.
I see. Well, that's a relief then. I know we've brothers and sisters among the lot, but I can't say I'm eager to welcome them home.
Wanted to think about it for a while yet.
Yep.
They're to be looked after in Alagana for the time being.
For now. Oh. Oh, that's not good. Meanwhile, in Ishgard.
Another day, another commission of paramount importance. Well, what have we here?
Oh, you don't look so good, dude. Oh.
Hey, are you all right?
Oh, he's okay. Oh, goodness.
Was that? No. The shadows play tricks, nothing more. The towers are gone, and the Garlean threat is abated. And yet, why does it feel as though it's about to get much, much worse?
That's in Thafnir. Yes, I know, it's all so terrible, Tiny. It's all so terrible. Cat's yelling at me. Aren't you comfortable in that blanket? In that blanket pile. Well, that will do it for today's stream. We got through the moon. In a much quicker rate, at least. Thank you for everyone who joined me. Thank you for those that were chatting with me. Thank you for those who watched the video afterward. And, well, I guess I'll see you in the next stream for whatever happens in the final days. Until then, I'll see you all later. Bye!